Many clients don't set out to be leaders, they set out to make a difference. As a mark of our respect and appreciation, I request our head of the department, Dr. R. Balamurugan sir, to honor our chief guest, Mr. M. Dharanidharan.
ஓடாது ஏசி ஓடாது.
Thank you, sir. Now I also request Mrs. K. Kritika Devi, Assistant Professor of Cybersecurity, to attend the shout to the chief guest, Mrs. Arjika.
Here today. So coming to the point, the man of the match today is cybersecurity. So when you think of security, a few years ago, it was all like building a castle. We built tall walls, strong gates, and we deployed security all around the castle. Today, that castle has vanished. All our data lives in cloud. People started working remotely. You people started attending online sessions. All the devices that we use, devices, smartwatches, tablets, everything is interconnected. So the battlefield now is invisible, borderless. So the battlefield now is invisible, borderless, and it is very intelligent. So how will you secure a world that has no perimeter at all? It all begins with change in our mindset. So as professionals, you have to follow zero trust. When I say zero trust here, now think of an example. Few years ago, when someone enters into our network securely, they are trusted completely. It's like if you can get into my apartment building, you can walk around freely into every room. But think of an airport. When you enter into a building, airport building, you have to do security check over there. And then after, when you are boarding a plane, when you are deboarding at the destination airport, at each and every level, you have to do the security check. That's how modern security works currently. So zero trust here is that you have to assume breach happens everywhere at all the times. So does this alone, like the zero trust alone, will solve all the challenges? Definitely no. One of the major global threats that we are facing now is supply chain attacks. So supply chain attack is nothing but someone will not come and attack you directly. They'll compromise one of your trusted vendor and they'll inject the malware or ransomware, whatever it is. So you are all aware of Marks and Spencer brand. It's a clothing brand, UK-based company. You can see it in almost all the malls. So earlier this year, they were prone to an attack through a trusted vendor. They tricked the internal employees to get into the internal system. They bypassed the system and they injected a ransomware, which pulled down their online sales and logistics by a huge percentage. Coming closer to our India, there was a learning app which had millions of data of tutors and students, which was prone to attack because of a basic configuration issue in the cloud that they used. That cloud was an untrusted partner, so all the data, it was no fancy hack, but still the data got like prone to the web for attack. So cyber security is not just about defending for army or some defense labs, research or some big corporate companies. It is every aspect of our digital lives. Now AI is emerging tremendously. So when you think of AI, it is a double-edged sword. As a human analyst, when you sit to analyze few logs of an attack, you can do like log a few files, but AI can scan billion of them in real time. It can detect if someone logs in from some other country within milliseconds, maybe even less than that. And it can also, like, if there is any abnormal rhythm of typing, even before a security breach occurs, AI will detect it. if you, as security analyst, can use AI, even the cyber criminals will use AI to weaponize it. So they can create enormous phishing on autonomous malwares, and then they can use it for deepfake social engineering. So in that case, learning just how to use AI alone will not do the thing. You should know how to defend against it. Now, this has created a various roads for diverse threats. Now, the good news here is government started adopting zero trust framework. Big tech companies started using AI-driven security systems for their cloud environments. Open communities started using like software bill of materials. What they do, they list all the ingredients that they want for their system to function, so that they know end to end and financial services domain. She began her professional journey with a Tata Consultancy Services, where she contributed to a large-scale insurance project for 3 years. She then joined Havel Technologies, a leading product-based fintech company.
Time learning these things, but as I went further down my career, I started realizing that everything connects. So I realized that every one of those subjects was a piece of a puzzle. Each paper, each lab experiment, a single dot. When you start connecting the dot, a beautiful picture emerges.
Arthur C. Clarke. A pleasant good morning and a hearty welcome to one and all gathered here. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this auspicious occasion, Spartans 2.0, organized by the Department of Cybersecurity. We are truly honored to have with us our respected management, Director Sir, Principal Sir, Head of the Department, our esteemed chief guests, and all the enthusiastic participants and students from various colleges. Let us begin this wonderful day by invoking the blessings of the Almighty. I request everyone to rise for the Kamal Pal Valti.